dust stirring, machines running, and trucks being loaded with tons of peanuts, all signs of a peanut harvest. Here at the Newberry farm in Louisville, these peanut growers are wrapping up their 2017 season, which has turned out to be a good one. But not just for these farmers. This year's Georgia peanut harvest has been one of the largest crops the state has seen in years.
They're doing a little better than 3 tons. It's kind of hard to say at this point, but you get your dry weights back and you can really tell something.
Of course, for a good harvest, there has to be some good harvesting weather, something that has been back and forth for the Newberries and farmers all over Georgia.
The last few days have been cool, dry air, which was nice, but before that we probably had a week and a half of really damp, dewy mornings, and thrashing was just a pain.
With the exception, and a big exception, of Hurricane Irma coming through, and then some rain events as cold fronts come through, we've had picture-perfect weather for digging, with the exception of those weather events.
Another key to a good harvest is a good growing season, which, unlike last year, ended up being not near as dry.
Weather this year has been interesting. It's been an outstanding year for growing peanuts. We've had moisture early. We got dry in August, which affected the potential yields for the crop. Maybe not as much yield as we would have liked to.
Well, all summer we caught a lot more rains than we normally do, so we didn't have to pump near as much, and that was a pleasant experience.
With more rain, though, there could be some downsides. When there's an increase in rain, there's an increase in diseases, which could end up becoming a big problem for farmers.
We had plenty of moisture at least early on in the season, and plenty of moisture early on in the season, that increases our opportunity to have outbreaks of leaf spot, also increases the potential for having white mold. And interestingly, it's when the weather, the rainfall cut off about August, and it started to continue to be warm, lots of humidity after periods of rain, that we really had explosions of white mold.
When combated, the diseases would not be such a big problem. That is the case for the Newberries, which hit their crops with plenty of fungicides to make sure they didn't have big losses.
We had a pretty tight rotation on our fungicides and stuff like that, and we were kind of using the Cadillac program. One field we had to hit with Convoy, but it did its job.
This season is nearly over, but experts say that growers should already be thinking of next season. We are expected to be in a La Nina weather cycle this winter, which could mean bad disease problems next season because of the regrowth that's happening in fields right now.
If you look at any peanut field that's been picked this year, if you look at a lot of the cotton fields, if you look at old corn fields, you will see regrowth. Those volunteer plants, the regrowth plants, those are a bridge from last season to next season. And for that reason, until we get a hard freeze or until they're destroyed, we'll continue to have pathogens building up.
Reporting in Louisville for the Georgia Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.